to start the month, we did a shoot at the Kymore Hotel, who we work with month to month on their digital marketing. We decided to get a couple of models in and use Paul. So what we did was we set up different scenes in the hotel. So we did some bedrooms, we did the restaurant, we did Snug, we did the hallways and the bar. We used Beth, who actually does some work for us, but we use her and her boyfriend. So we decided to try and get some different settings and sort of show how people can enjoy the hotel. We also got some content of them on the prom, so some of these photos turned out great. I've just included some of these on the shots just for you to see as well, because I think they're really nice shots, and it really encapsulates what the Kymore Hotel is like and how the user and guest experience will be.
Oh, she's just so cute.
Say hi.
Hi.
This is my blog, by the way.
That's like the featuring now in September.
Can't smoke.
She's not going to put the smoke.
I headed down to Bloomin' Fabulous, who we work with, and basically we wanted to film a little bit of social content for her. So we were trying to sell her autumn wreath class, and we're also going to do one for her Christmas one. So we got some filming, and basically, yeah, we did a few voiceovers, probably what I'm struggling with right now. Roxanne did exactly the same, so yeah, but we got there in the end. So I'm currently sat in the car, and it is the 9th of September. I've had a good start to the month. So we've had some branding projects that I've been working on that I'm currently awaiting some clients to come back to me with feedback on. What we usually do with our branding projects is we would start the process by coming up with the concepts after our clients have filled out a brand questionnaire that we send out to everyone. And then we will get that brand questionnaire back, go away, do the concepts, and then we'll send the concepts off to the client. So the client will then come back to us with some feedback. We give them certain amounts of rounds of amendments depending on what package they chose. So for example, we have like a 5-option design package where they'd have like 5 designs or concepts from what they've answered in the brand questionnaire, maybe one rogue one that we might think that we would like to do, and then we'll allow them to come back to us with a round of amendments, so essentially a list of amendments, obviously on the concepts that aren't, we're not going to redo every single concept, but we will we'll like sort of amend the ones that we've done. So sort of maybe 2 might be merged, or they might like a font on one and on another they might want to change the colors. So we'll do that, and then we'll try and narrow it down, so it's almost like a bit of a funnel, and then we will come back to them with the sort of more finalized designs and then look to finalize after that. So currently waiting on a few clients with that. We've actually got 3 or 4 at the moment that we're waiting on. We're currently working on a couple more as well, and we've got a few website designs that we're sort of finalizing as well, and a couple of new clients that we're taking on work. So alongside our project work, we have retainers who we work with month to month, and we've got about 10 to 12 at the moment of those, so it's quite nice. Each one of them have different sort of services that we like they use from us, and all of them have got their own sort of packages depending on what their needs are. So yeah, it's quite a busy month. First few days has been really busy. This morning I also caught up with a friend who is also a designer, very different type of designer to me, but he's got some amazing ideas, and project that he's working on at the moment is phenomenal, and it was great to see that. So it's always good to see other creatives and catch up and sort of spread that creativity between you, bounce off each other, which is what I love about sort of meeting up with creatives. So yeah, that's the update at the moment. I headed down to Tannerbreen Glamping on this evening. So basically we go down to Tannerbreen Glamping maybe once or twice a month. We'll go in the evenings, more in the winter periods, and earlier evenings in the lighter periods, just to sort of get some content for social media and to capture what people are going to experience again, similar to what we did in the Kaimul, but we do this every single month and we post them on TikTok, Instagram, on the website. So it's just good to constantly refresh that content. Especially with this client, they always change up everything going on in the glamping site, so it's always forever changing, and you always need to constantly get the new bits that they need as well. On the 10th of September, went down to a networking event in Manchester, and we went to the Cut and Craft. So it was great. Sat with great few guys. We had some great chats. We actually didn't chat about work once, which was quite nice in a weird way. Networking can sometimes be good to just sort of carve relationships and sort of get to know people rather than sort of talk business straight away and try to sell. I think it's a big thing about what I like to do is just to create relationships and to know people more. I think that you can end up getting some really great work from people, or they might recommend you to somebody else if you do that. So went to the Cut and Craft. Obviously the interior is absolutely amazing. It's only just recently opened in Manchester, so if you haven't eaten there, definitely eat there. I had sea bass, which was actually really nice. I'm not a massive sea bass lover. I always think it's quite tastes like nothing really, but I actually thought this tasted great. So I definitely recommend this one. Yeah. On all of our branding projects, all of our clients will receive a little explainer on each concept, explaining the direction and the design thinking behind each one. So, for example, on this one here, we've got 4, and the client wanted a bold typeface, bold colour, and bold sort of looks. So today I thought I would talk to you about what we do and how we organise our projects and job lists. So, for example, today it's Monday. So I've come into the office. Chloe is here. She can hear me. So I feel a little bit pressured talking today. So basically we work on monday.com, which is like a work management system. I probably use it more than you do, don't I, Chloe?
Definitely.
Chloe probably writes it on the back of her hand. But yes, I use Monday. So I will add a little screen recording here, so you guys can sort of see how we work on it. But I have multiple boards, they're called, so like a little mini list within a main sort of project board, and basically on that board has various lists. So I've got projects this week, I've got projects that are awaiting feedback long term, and then we've got other jobs and other people. So we've got Paul, who does our content creation. He has got his own board, so he can update us on where he's at with the projects that we're working on. Rianne, who also does some work for us, has her own, so she can see what this week she needs to do. And then Chloe's got her own private boards as well. So basically today I just thought I'd talk about what I've done today, just so you get a little bit of an insight. So we don't normally just work on one thing in a day. Say if there's a project on and there's a lot more urgency for that project, then we'll prioritise. We have a lot of retainers, so what me and Chloe find that we do quite a lot is firefights. So people will be like, we need this doing now, or this needs doing, or so on, or this has been forgotten, or whatever. So we will always sort of try to prioritise them as well as working on something important that day. So at the moment we've got about 4 or 5 branding projects on, and we've got a few websites, and then there's some print design to do, and there's some various other bits like we're doing for other companies, some more small jobs than others, but basically each of them have their own sort of priority list and where they should be on that timeline. We've got some projects that have been going on since the start of the year and they're still not finished, just down to waiting for feedback and things like that. So I was saying to Chloe, my colleague today, that I think it can sometimes hold up where you are with that project when somebody is taking quite a while to give you that feedback, because obviously they're probably busy in their own business. So you are sort of put on hold, and that's where you've got to sort of try to prioritise and make sure that everything is done as quick as you possibly can, your end, so that it can get done quicker, because obviously we are running a business and cash flow is important. So that is one element of that. Apologies for the notification. And then basically in terms of the firefighting, I think like with the retainers, you are sort of on this ongoing list. There's always stuff to be doing, and there's always stuff to try and be proactive with, and making sure that the ads are working and bringing in leads, and they're constantly sort of being fulfilled with what they're paying you for. So we do always prioritize those, but they can sometimes slow down on your main project work. So it's just about balance and about what you seem to think is important. So I'm in a pretty good place at the moment, but like for example today I've been given 3 new jobs. So again, you sort of get a new list, and eventually it's sort of the old parts go, then there's some new parts and so on. So yeah, Monday is a really, really good work management platform, I find anyway. I don't think I could live without it now in this business. So it's great just for sort of my space, and working on what we need to do. I probably am not as advanced with Monday as what a lot of other people are. I know that some people are absolutely amazing. They've got all these amazing boards and miniature sort of sub parts of each project and so on, which we do, but not probably as highly as what I should. So probably got a bit more learning to do on that one. But yeah, so that's what we do. So today I have done about 6 different things, and I'm yet to do a couple more before I finish and go to a client. So, with the help of a friend and then her dad, we have finally got these sort of floating shelves in the office. So, the idea behind this was sort of like that gallery felt like that. We've got some great looking books, and I think it's great to show what you've got. And, I've bought these through the years, even some of our own little menus and stuff that we've done for clients. So I just thought it'd be quite a nice way with some of the most interesting books we've got on the front for show. So we're nearly getting there with this office. So next is rug, which should be easy. And then coffee table is taking about 1,000,000 years to try and find what we want. And then chairs. So we are nearly there. But it's just taking a little bit of time in between everything else. So towards the end of the month, we've had a couple more content shoots. I headed down to the Ember Lounge in Rill with Chloe, so we just went to go and get a little bit of content that day. And then I went to Raby Road Dental, one of our retainer clients, with Paul to finish up. So we actually, although it seems like we've been everywhere this month, we haven't been away as much as what we usually are. So yeah, it's been quite nice, but we have got a lot of work done, and I'm looking forward to October. So we'll see you on the next month's recap.